Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Oh, hey. What's up? My name is Gabe, also known as Berussian, and I'm coming at you with some gameplay on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Pretty exciting stuff, right? So anyway, I go 71 and 7 in this gameplay, and I am using the Chi-Com CQB, and I also pick up the SWAT, and I think that's kind of interesting. They're both burst fire weapons, and I go pretty ham. I think I get on a 50 kill streak at one point. I think maybe a little over that, but that was including score streaks getting kills too. That's not just straight up like kills with the Chi-Com. Anyway, how's it going with you guys? I suck at making commentaries because I had this one commentary planned out, like an idea just came into the middle of my head during the day, and I started making commentary about it, and like 5 minutes in, I'm like, this is just not gonna work. It's way too opinionated. It's almost like one-sided, and it's not even completely fair to talk about, and so I decided to cut it. But I'm going to touch on it briefly. And basic gist was about how I think that that relationships today are messed up. And when I say relationships, I didn't mean like, sexual relationships, which those are messed up too. But that's a whole different part of the story. No, I'm just talking about like relationships, friendships. Because, I was talking to one of my friends today, and he was telling me about how one of his friends... he was talking to one of his friends, and one of his friends was, and that guy was all like, well, he started talking about some like depressing stuff, and my other friend was like, I don't want to put up with that, so I kind of stopped. And, to me, I was thinking, what a shitty friend you are. I mean, if you're gonna be someone's, like, it's not only like these guys were friends, they were best friends, and we're at a point today in our society where friendship is like, oh yeah, I know this person, I hang out with him like once every couple months, we're friends. And like a best friend is someone that you hang out with like slightly more often. Well, people don't like sharing apparently anymore. I don't know. It's like people decide they have to have like this whole private side of their lives that they don't share at all with anyone, and not even their best friends. And I think that's kind of shitty. Like my best friends, I'm willing to tell them pretty much whatever I want, unless it's like something that's like, there's a few things I just won't talk about with anyone, and that's just like if I feel like I'm gonna sound stupid talking about it, which I know that my best friends are gonna be like, dude, whatever, it's no big deal, it's fine. But at the time, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm gonna get an ounce of pity from telling them, and then I just don't want to tell them. I don't want to look like a loser in some cases. And on the other hand, I find that when I talk about stuff with my friends, I actually feel a lot better, because I either find out that this situation doesn't only happen to me, or I'm definitely overreacting, which lately has been a huge has definitely been something that is a little bigger, me overreacting, that is, because I've found that I overreact a lot more than I used to. And it's just because my brain goes into this mental like freak out, like all these bad things could be happening, or this is what's going on. And no, I overthink lately. So what I have to say is, if you ever have like a really bad problem and you actually have a good best friend, talk to them about it, because if they're really your best friend, they're willing to listen and probably help you out. And if not, they're willing to listen. Just talking to someone about it, telling them something, makes them feel better, makes you feel better. And I know a lot of you guys might be like, well, I don't think that it makes me feel better. Then either you're not talking to the right people, or you just don't think it's going to. Trust me, try it, it helps. So, anyway, that was kind of extended on a smaller thought of what I had to say, but I didn't have enough to say on that topic to extend it for the full 8 minutes. So, I'm thinking I'm going to tell you about my last weekend, which was extremely busy. And I guess if you're into that kind of thing, an entertaining story, maybe not entirely. So, Saturday, I had this thing that we do every year for band and choir students. I'm in band. I play the trumpet, for those of you who don't know. It's called Solo and Ensemble. And I was part of a jazz ensemble group because I'm part of the band and the jazz band. And I'm the only trumpet in the jazz band. And so I had to get up at 5:30 to go on a long ride. And then I get to the location by well, our bus didn't even take off until 6:50, and we were supposed to take off at 6:30. And then we were the very first event there. And a lot of people have multiple events. That was my only event. I had one event there all day, and that event was at 8:30 in the morning, and we left the school at 5:30. So, yeah, but aside from that, it was actually a really fun day. I always have a lot of fun when I go on these trips. I expect it to suck, honestly. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be stuck there doing nothing all day, and I'm gonna just have my friends, but they'll be off hanging out doing their own thing with other people because most of my friends are, some of my friends, I'm just gonna say, want their alone time. Some of them might be a couple. Anyway, yeah, but I actually had a lot of fun. It's always nice to do these things. You actually meet some new people sometimes, and yeah, everything was pretty decent. Not so bad. Anyway, so I got home that day, and I was just... I got home that day, and I had a few errands to run with my family, of course, and I was like, I just want to relax and, play some Xbox or something. Anyway, so the next day, which is yesterday, Sunday, I got up, I woke up, or actually I was woken up, and our family went out to breakfast, and it was delicious. I got what I pretty much had, and we do this almost every Sunday, it seems, or if we don't do it every Sunday, we do every other Sunday, depending on how things are going. Anyway, I got pretty much the same thing I always do, which is a skillet with corned beef hash and green peppers and mushrooms and onions. I didn't have mushrooms and onions on it this time, just green peppers though. It was pretty good. Yeah, I feel like this is Instagram, but with me describing it instead of pictures. But no. Anyway, yeah, and then I came home and I watched some Hulu stuff. And Parks and Recreation and stuff. And then I decided to make some brownies. In between that, I played my new guitar, which I got last week, and I was excited about that. So but yeah, and then I made some brownies for my family while everyone was asleep. And then I cleaned my room, and then I filled out a bunch of college boarding information stuff. So I had a pretty productive day. I only spent an hour on Xbox. I did spend a lot of time watching Hulu though and playing guitar, so I guess that's downtime, but it's a little... I guess watching Hulu's probably even worse than Xbox, because at least while I'm playing Xbox, it's I'm doing something. But yeah, I guess that's about my weekend. So I hope you enjoyed the stuff I had to say. Leave a like and a comment and all that stuff, and tell your friends about me. Anyway, yeah, bye.